Okay, you guys, this has been a post that I have been avoiding and not wanting to do. It's a very vulnerable post, but we have to do it, right? How do you feel about it?
Fine.
Torn, yeah. Ow. Okay, so this is about Bill or BJ. I don't know if you guys heard that.
He just protects her.
He is very protective. The time has come, and we've had the very sad decision to rehome Bill. Not because we don't love him and we don't want to keep him, but he has become increasingly more male and very protective of me and more aggressive than we had wished. He is 4 years old. He is a multi-gen golden doodle, and we love him. But he loves me a little too much. So we've made the tough decision, but required and very necessary decision to rehome him. I blame myself wholeheartedly because of my ignorance. You can hear him kind of grumbling already at India because I have him with me. Okay, don't. He, number one, is not neutered. My fault. But the plan was to breed him, to be able to make other people as happy as we have become because of a puppy and a dog in the house, but also to make money off of him. Number two, when we lost our alpha in the house, he decided to become the alpha, and he thinks he owns the house. He thinks that he is my protector. He thinks that he is in charge of keeping the peace when it comes to me and like the kids arguing, or if someone's at the door or whatever it may be. He is very protective and very defensive. And turn around, buddy, so they can see you. There he is. He is a good dog, and he's just a big teddy bear, but he is doing his job, and I feel bad because it's innate for him. But with little kids and little toddlers in the house, it's not the safest thing. And I just, as a mom, feel that it's the right thing to do, even though it goes against everything I believe in getting a dog and then getting rid of the dog. But when he has become aggressive and protective, it's not working anymore with very little kids in the house. But so he's fine with India right now. Let's see if he doesn't growl at me. But so number one, he's not neutered, and that was on purpose. Number two, he became the alpha. We have had an obedience trainer come and work with him. I have, as you can see here, this little, like the shock collar. We don't use the shock, but we do use the vibration and the sound, and it doesn't really seem to help him. It does startle him. Come here, buddy. He's super obedient. Bill, come here. Except for when he was looking for Mabel. And hi, Kenya. I think that one of the things that breaks my heart the most is how much he loves Mabel. But you can imagine when she's in heat, I mean, it is horrible trying to keep them apart. He loves her so much. He looks for her. He protects her. And it's just kind of become an increasing problem because the whole point was to breed the two of them. Anyway, so it's been super fun to watch those two dogs. I mean, you guys have seen it. Play together, wrestle together, love on each other, cuddle with each other, and so that makes me really sad. But again, that was my fault, wanting to breed the two of them together. And I know every breeder in town is laughing at me because of my ignorance, and I don't blame them. But I didn't know that you can't breed a big dog with a little dog when the little dog is the female. I'm learning. It came at a cost, but the bigger dog has to be the female and the smaller dog has to be the male. Because if it's the other way around, like Bill and Mabel, then what I was told is that it is dangerous for the female when she's smaller. And not only that, but it will, like, her babies will kill her from the inside out because they're so big. You know, they've got big genes. He is very protective. So, you know, maybe we're doing ourselves a disservice by showing some of his aggression, but I also want to be honest and very vulnerable and that he's had a very loving home with kids that love him, but when he's not neutered, he has a female in the house. Our alpha left, and strike 4 against me was when I broke my wrist. When I broke my wrist, he was very protective. He would jump on my bed, which I don't normally allow dogs on my bed, but I couldn't, I had to pick my battles at that time, and he offered me company when kids were at school, and I let him love on me. And so then he began to believe that my bedroom was his domain. And so that was the first thing that the obedience trainer nixed was, he's not allowed in your bedroom. He's not allowed on your bed. You tell him when he eats. He doesn't eat when he wants. She gave me a metal collar that had not like spikes, but it had things that would kind of dig into his neck a little bit to just warn him to not growl or bark. She taught me how to contain him when he barked when people knocked at the door. But it's just, he has to have his hug. He is unrelenting. He wants to be the man of the house. And when he starts to show aggression towards my littles, and it's just not good. So we are looking for a new home for Bill. He's 4 years old. He's had all of his vaccinations. He's obedient. He sits. He speaks on demand. He
loves walks.
He loves to go on walks. So he needs someone that can take him on walks and who probably doesn't have little kids. He'd be a great Christmas gift. He's potty trained. He rings the bell every time he needs to go out. But he is just too darn protective of me. I don't have the money to take him to 6 weeks of obedience school and sit there with him and train him. I'm just, like I said, I blame myself. This is all my fault, and I've learned from it. And I think he would be happier, and I would be more at ease without little tinies in the house. What do you think? How do you feel about it?
I feel sad too, but I think it's the best for him and for everyone else.
Yeah, because it's not fun when you have a dog that is growling, because he's warning you that he's not happy. And we want, everybody to feel safe and happy, including him. So I'm offering him. I would love to make money off of him if anybody wants to do that. At the same time, I realize that he's 4 years old. He is a very, preferred breed. He's a golden doodle. He's a great dog.
He's super fun.
He's just so protective and so ready to fight whoever comes in contact with me, because he's become like a husband. So if I'm not around, he's fine, right?
Yeah.
So anyway,
So very nice.
Send me a DM if you're looking for a potty trained 4-year-old golden doodle. I'll send some pictures, but here he is.
She's in front of his
Bill.
plane.
It's okay. It's okay. He's such a love. He's just not in love with toddlers.
See, he's so protective over Mom.
So,
Just loves
I know this is going to give me a lot of flack, and I know that I made a mistake, and I know that it was my stupidity and my own ignorance and let's not to mention I've never had a male dog before. I grew up with females. I didn't know this was a thing. And some people will say, well, why don't you just neuter him now? And I would have, but the trainer said that's why you neuter them when they're young, because when they're big, they've developed habits. And just even if you neuter them now, it doesn't mean that they'll necessarily change. So I just think it's a lot safer. In case, my littles happen to come up to him while I'm around. I can't afford the problem. Bill, speak. Speak. Shake. Speak. Over. Bill. Bill. Sit. Speak. Well, he's not speaking now, but he's a great dog. Sorry to let you all down.
Regionals win regionals. go to Westerns and win Westerns. After season, I will work all summer long, get my Tkachev, flick lay, double lay on floor.
She is working with Lisa Mitzel, who is a Red Rock alumni. She was a gymnast for the University of Utah, and she's so sweet. She reached out because she saw Adana's, well, my post about Adana and the mental blocks, and she's like, I can help her. So she's working with Lisa now on not only the gymnastics aspect of mental blocks, but the emotional dysregulation behind it all, because it's always deeper than just gymnastics, right? So make sure to follow Coach Mitzel on Instagram. You won't regret it, especially if you're a gymnast.